Hi,
Hello.
strangers. Hello. We are here. We're back. You see it. That is true. Me and Fuaranna
Hi.
are back. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm back
good?
as well.
Yes.
Back
Uh,
again.
I don't know how many of you that maybe aren't aware of this series, but to make a quick introduction, because since we also are on the new channel, there might be a few new people here. But Galatea is a collaboration between me and Fuaranna, which has now. Ooh, are we almost reaching? I think we're over a year now. It has over a year now, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is not something we're proud of, okay? But leave us alone. It's just how it is. This park here was actually made for the Nexus Duo contest that were made 2 years ago almost, I think. Where we built it, we kind of finished it, but we felt like that we had a lot more visions about this park project, so we was like, you know what, let's not finish it yet, and add some more stuff, and that's what we're doing now. So that's what you're seeing. Fuaranna added this river rapids 2 episodes ago and built an epic temple at the top of it, which we also gonna build a lot more to. But right now here, this area is sort of the harbor area. This is where we have the river rapids and the boat ride sort of thing. So a lot of water things going on here. And you also have to build a station for the river rapids at some point too, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a cool idea in mind.
Dope. Yeah, I can't wait to see that, because I feel like this area here, we can make that look very vibrant and welcoming for the people that arrives on the boat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have any shops and stuff over here, so I felt like maybe to get more traffic, more guests over here, we might add some shops. So I did that here. I think it's the Moorish one I had here, the shop, the kebab shop thing.
Dune Delights.
Yes, that one. And this building here, I was just trying to get it going with sort of the same style as I did the 2 other buildings, so we get like these sort of more fine and more washed out buildings at the harbor area here.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. I really like how the whole vibe came out from this. And then of course I'm using all the color patterns and the color schemes that we made to keep it sort of at the same style. So yeah, this building is not really inspired by like anything. As I say, I literally just try to keep something going from the previous builds, and to try to make it look nice together. So yeah, that's what's happening. This building is a little bit of a, well, how do you say it? I mean, the whole area here is a harbor area, so we kind of want all the clutter and whatever there is inside of these buildings to make it feel busy and like they're selling shit here,
Yeah.
right? So
For sure. Yeah, like bustling. I mean, it's just coming off the water, just in the city or the town, the harbor area, and then yeah, it makes sense to have it sort of quaint village-like, but then since the other part is maybe a bit more big, taller, more
Yeah.
like city center, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's really cool that you tackled that plaza area yet, because that's forming the shape of the whole district. And
yes.
it looks really cool. I love that you're using a bit more, what do you call it? Like more traditional style, more old school, maybe like more older
Yeah.
building styles, I guess, with like the wood and to definitely make it look different from the other parts. It's really really cool.
As you say, like the town is very massive. There's a lot more colors in there, a lot more clutter, just a lot more just traffic, like just
more
in
intense
general
stuff happening.
Yes. So I feel like that maybe we could also, like, this is a fantasy sort of Moorish town, so that's why we can get away with a little bit more stuff, that making a more authentic, realistic sort of part. So we can get away with a little bit more stuff here, and that's also why we have these sort of this color scheme here, which we feel like is more of the fantasy sort of vibe. Because at night, Galatea is gonna change into like, honestly, like this magical, crazy colored ambience sort of everywhere around, right?
Glowing
With fireflies, yeah, all that stuff, which is probably something we probably gonna do a video on too, and then both of us are gonna go in and add all that stuff in, because that's also very tedious to do that, to be honest. So we definitely need to switch it up and maybe take a few areas before we send it over.
Yeah.
But we still also have stuff to do in the main town, but we just needed a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather from all those massive buildings and that different architecture. Because the architecture here is nothing you see a lot like. That's kind of like what I like about Galatea, is that it's very unique architecture-wise.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to keep up that vibe constantly with the buildings. That's why I felt like having these new sort of style architecture at the harbor area here would do something different, right?
Definitely. I mean, this is a project we have been doing for a long time, and of course it could be like a meme, oh, you're working on this for years now. Yes, that's true, but we're still trying to put as much attention to detail in all the builds we do. We don't want to rush through it just to finish it.
Exactly.
Within a time frame, we want to give every building the attention it deserves. So yeah, it involves, I mean, everyone that has had big projects, you will get burned out on it. How do you get your inspiration back, right? So
exactly,
it's really important to persevere in that, but also give yourself a break from the images that you've been looking at for a while. Maybe build on something else. I always have like 3 projects I work with at the same time. Even with my paintings, I have like 5 at the same time just to switch it up. It's good for your inspiration, your creativity.
Oh, it is 100%.
So
100%.
I can see it too. You got so much inspiration when you were building this. I really love it.
Yes. Yeah, it's literally what it's all about. Like, if you feel like you're starting to get to that point where you struggle to add pieces to your build, you can't really figure out the composition of where you want it, that's clearly because that your head is not there. Like your idea, your focus is completely different, and that should honestly just be enough answer for you to not start building, because whatever you will achieve at that point will not be satisfying enough for you. I mean, I'm talking of experience. I am not saying that every goddamn person is like that or have this, but I'm just saying, like, after experience for playing this game, Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo for the last 5 years, you need that break. There's just nothing to it. You need it. Yeah. Like, you just can't.
It's just how creativity works.
and especially when it comes to these sort of unique projects where you just can't go in and build a normal Moorish or Arabic building, like with the default pieces. Of course you can, but in this case, we want to build something unique, something no one has seen before. So you kind of have to do that.
It's definitely a challenge. I mean, we do it to ourselves, obviously, setting up all those limits, but. We have been building, I mean, how many hours do you have in the game? Over 6,000. I have over 3,000 or something. It's insane. When I tell it people that are not in this game, they just, So, it's really like, okay, the main pieces are fun to get us started, but then what can I add to it to give it a whole new level? So, yeah. I'm hoping that we manage to do that with this town.
Oh, we do, because we both agreed that this harbor area here is just going to be filled up with buildings, maybe a few walls, maybe a tower, and then it's going to connect to the boat ride and the river rapids, which we kind of still in sort of a brainstorm still of what we're going to do. But these things you see now, because I'm pretty sure we agreed to this, that the river rapids, maybe we will add a flat ride, maybe here at the harbor area, maybe a Ferris wheel or something. Like something that are somewhat nice and cannot fill up the area so much and just gives a nice vista or view, right? And then we need to build around the river rapids, which is probably also going to be tedious, but we have a very cool very cool. Actually, Fuaranna had a very cool idea of what we could do with the river rapids. Actually, building buildings very close to the river rapids, like they're built on an edge or something.
Yeah.
As you see, what was that picture from again? You sent me the reference pictures. Is that actually from Morocco?
Yeah, I think it is from southern Spain, which has a Moorish building style, which is like southern European, like Mediterranean mixed with some Arabic style. So I actually really wanted to visit that area, but you know, it's not easy traveling right now.
Right. I've been to Morocco actually.
Yeah, and well,
yeah.
I mean, you used that inspiration in the build, right?
Yeah, but as I say, it was mainly the harbor. We checked in, and then we went into like this big food street market thing. We were at the Canary Islands, so we could take the boat towards Morocco for like a day. So I did see like a mosque or two, and then like we just went in and ate some awesome food at the street market, pretty much. But that's pretty much. I mean, I didn't really get in to see the whole architecture vibe sort of thing. But what I saw is that like just. That's definitely also something I think we should have, like an open food market.
Yes,
but
yeah,
maybe
with all the like the carpets, not carpets, what's it called, like cloth over, over the market. I had some really cool pictures that I found that I really want to build, but I'm missing the pieces in the game. But you know what I mean, right?
You have to make them.
All the stuff hanging, like lanterns and all the stuff that they sell and. Yeah, it'll be great.
That would be awesome clutter. Maybe we should get Kevin to see if he's busy or you can do some. It all depending on what we can do. Because as me and Fuaranna also said that when we started this project back in 2020, that we were gonna try build this project with in-game pieces. Like we were not gonna prioritize the Theme Maker Toolkit pieces, but we are not either gonna keep away from them, because as you can see here, using some decals, even Fuaranna, some of them. I think this is Hydros as well. And they just do this that is just awesome to buildings.
It breaks up the basic pieces.
Yeah, and it's just
it gives
awesome.
Such an extra level.
It really is. It makes it feel washed out a little bit, like dirty, like an old building.
Yeah,
and
this area is supposed to be weathered, right? I mean, we cannot really make a sea environment in Planet Coaster, but imagine this being near like big water or something. I don't know.
Exactly.
The winds and the it will just be weathered. Old, like the core. I mean, it makes sense to have a harbor as a like a core town, if you think of civilizations.
Like
yeah. So and then also what I really thought was fun to add in this area is, I mean, we still use the same color scheme that we came up with, which is like turquoise colors, teal, mixed with like warm earth colors. And I really felt at some point I came up with this idea of adding this bling to this area, because you have that temple district that we want to build, right? It would be cool to have that have some shine. So I think you will show that later as well. There will be like more metal elements in here in the buildings, right?
Yes. I am. I didn't get to do so many things interior-wise on this building, mainly exterior, but yeah.
Well, this looks good already. I don't know what you're saying, but this looks like super good clutter, cozy, you know. I didn't do much. Looks like super pretty.
No, I just feel like the small arches I have, like where people can go through. I feel like I need to put like some sort of mosaic pattern on those or something to give it. Just that extra thing. I think I'm just gonna do that the next time I go in. Though I am really happy for how this building turned out.
Yeah.
And
it's gorgeous.
Also, I did send you a picture after I built this, and I was like, it needs some depth. It needs some height on the side, like where the two roofs meet. It needs something there. So that's what you're also gonna see me do here in just a bit, where I duplicate the previous tower I did on the other building and put it on the corner here. And as soon as I do that, it just changes the composition and depth of the building. And I really, really like that.
That was really clever of you. Definitely adds a lot to it. And it's also, if you're watching this and you're struggling with your building, making it interesting, just try to rotate around it, see it from all angles, and see where does it feel like it should have extra parts, you know. And with you, what you said, this building, it had this emptiness above the roof. It's like, okay, there needs to be a tower. You know, it just
exactly.
You can naturally feel it, even if you're not really comfortable with compositions and stuff like that, you know. Just rotate around and look at from all angles, especially in a park like this. Because you can see it from the water. You know.
Exactly. And what's also going to be cool is that behind all these buildings is the river rapids, right? So I'm also doing a little bit of like putting up a barrier with like some arches around next to this building along the cliffside, so people can like go over and look through the arches or like the peak holes and kind of look down to the river rapids, which is also, the river rapids is still like, as we said, it'll be some time before that one will finish up, but it's slowly getting there. My whole goal is kind of like to get this harbor area sort of finished so we can proceed to other areas.
Yeah.
So,
I love that big open space. It just gives me so much breathing room, you know, when you have that space. I'm not a fan of small plaza areas, you know, people just using 6-meter path and put shops on the both sides. It just doesn't do much for me, but
I understand.
I love how you made this open like that with the shop right up opposite of the entrance of the boats.
Yeah, I was trying, because we have our path a little bit weird placed and stuff. They go up and down, so I was just trying to make it look somewhat nice with some levels and different things.
Good thinking.
And here I'm making that wall kind of barrier, as I told you about, where I kind of want to close it off so people can look down.
Yeah.
And at some point just continue it, and maybe like you see in Fantasyland, like right next to Terran. Then if you look left, you have these sort of arches that looks over to Chiapas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like the image I had in mind when I built this.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'm just trying to detail it, make it look somewhat nice, and it also looks. Don't mind this. This is just me playing around with some texture, some background to the river rapids here. I'm not saying.
It's funny because I was thinking of doing exactly the same thing as what you're doing right now. When you build this, I was like, oh, we should make like a rock, like a cliff on that side, and that's exactly what you're doing. So it's great that we have the same mind in that.
Yeah, I felt like it needed something there, and then because we don't know yet exactly what's gonna be.
Yeah.
Maybe also some thick jungle on the other side. Because as we said, it is a lost oasis.
Yeah. I was thinking of some breaches as well, maybe. I don't know if we can pull that off.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just, you know, a bit like Venice vibe. Yeah.
I would like that, yeah, because I don't feel... I mean, if we can make a bridge going across and have people walking over it, that would be cool. But I feel like that around the river rapids, it should literally just be scenery, right? Because we're kind of not in the mood to extend like what we already have.
Yeah.
To even more.
Yeah, but
except for maybe a flat ride, if we find a good place, and maybe even can build it as a ride skin or something.
Yeah, ride skin, or maybe we can have like a little garden, actually, just super detailed tropical garden, like with path around it. I don't know. It doesn't have to be buildings and shops, or maybe a flat ride definitely can fit there. Although I also feel like we should be careful not to put too much in there, because we don't want to make it feel like a city. Right? Because this needs to be like quaint. But I do agree, it could use a bit more activity. The tower looks cool.
So here comes the tower, right? So instead of having like just a complete duplicated one, I was just trying to, you know, you can see it's the same one as the right. And I know here that we agreed to make copper.
That's
fine. Didn't think about. I didn't think about it at the first, because I was just like, we still have some gold over here. So what if I just trim it with some gold pieces and give it like this
It does look good. However,
it definitely looks better.
it will be changed to copper. But I do love that little detail. It's a really bringing it to next level, I feel like.
Yes, and then I added these sort of trim pieces at the bottom of the roof to make it feel like it's kind of washed out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. And also, the roofs I did here is that, guys, I don't know if you saw it, if it's too fast, but it's the fire pits for the adventure pack that I just turned around, and then I got this super cool shaping of the roofs, which I detailed and trimmed afterwards to get that super nice feeling.
It's a really great piece that I never have used as a fire pit, actually. Have you?
Yeah, actually the same. I think maybe I used it in a fire pit or two in the back of the store when the pack came out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like this building is definitely a nice addition, and as I said, might go in and do a little bit more stuff to it. But I also feel like maybe a waterfall, a fountain in the middle of this plaza here would do it nice, and then a few more buildings here and there. Maybe even make a building that is like half broken, that are like
more ruins and stuff.
Yeah. So definitely having this area look welcoming, have a lot of shops, hopefully a lot of traffic, getting people around to roam. Because to get to the harbor, you are going through the sort of countryside, where we have this sort of place in the middle of the harbor and the big town, which I actually kind of feel like is a cool way of separating these things from each other. And our main goal, honestly, I feel like it's the whole night vibe we're gonna do in Galatea.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
When we have it all done, sort of. Bring it to next magical level, more fantasy vibe, hopefully.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. So I feel like here it needed, like, it's very hot here in the Oasis, so they definitely need a lot more shades. And so I added a little bit of a shading here, and then I was like, no man, I feel like this guy needs something on the top here as well. He needs these guys, so I added these guys on the top of the trim piece here, and it actually, as you can see,
it works.
Looked a lot better like this.
Yes.
Super cool, super cool. So just adding a few more things here before we end it off. So sorry for you guys have to wait so long for Galatea videos, but we kind of explained to you guys why. But don't worry, it will eventually be finished one day. So, homies, thanks so much for chilling with us today, and let us know what you guys think. And hopefully very soon, me and Fuaranna will have a new Galatea video for you all.
Yeah.
Which we don't know what's gonna happen, but you guys kind of got a feeling of the things that we will do for the future. Maybe we'll even do a little park tour of things here before New Year's, maybe, so people can get a overall view on how this project is going. Yeah. Fua, thanks so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see what you're gonna do in here next time.
It was fun.
It was. Guys, leave a like and a comment down below if you want to join the Discord and be part of something cool. You should do that as well. It's in the description. And if not, then I will see you guys around, or me and Fua will. And have a good weekend, guys. Bye-bye.